Hey there guys, it's Monghand Clown. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video today because, well, a friend of mine, he's just started playing the game. Well, I wouldn't say really my friend, but besides the point. So I met him yesterday while dueling, and he was like, okay, yeah, I'm better than you because, you know, he had cards on Vader, and he just killed me. So I taught him that you shouldn't have cards on Vader, unless heroes are civilians, of course. So, no cards on Vader in duels. This is only going to be lightsaber heroes. I don't know whether I'll make a blaster heroes one, or Palpatine one, or the droids one, because it just doesn't. That's not really my specialty. So, no cards on Vader, that's pretty basic. The ones I like to use on Kylo is Kylo Ren deals more deals more damage with frenzy attack. Pull has increased area of effect because it can catch him even more off guard, and it really helps. And Kylo Ren's lightsaber strikes drain less stamina. Now, there is someone while doing this. Now, this doesn't like make the frenzy like original attack range bigger. It means, well, if they're running away, you're basically guaranteed to catch up to them, no matter what. Because sometimes if Kylo Ren hits them with the frenzy and they're fast enough and they can get away, Kylo Ren will only be able to do a one-hit frenzy and it will just cancel. But I honestly don't like it because I seem to hit people anyway with the frenzy. So this one is a must-have. Pull dealing more damage to enemies. Honestly, I don't find the pull that useful for damage. I just find it because ragdoll, so why not? Pull has increased area of effect, so just in case. Kylo Ren deals more damage with his frenzy attack, and his frenzy attack, you're going to use that very often because his pull and his freeze, they're pretty much the longest reach guard of abilities in the game. But the frenzy, you know, it's like Rey's dash strike, it just comes back like immediately. So that's all for Kylo Ren. Luke, this might be a little bit controversial, but I do not use Epicenter. I like the one extra rush, just so you can be that little bit more agile. Obviously this one, Luke Skywalker melee strikes and Blaster of Legend both drain less stamina, of course. And push has an increased area of effect. Now, I like the increased push area of effect because, you know, if it's a Vader and he's trying to dodge away and he's jumping away, I like to push him, knock him down to the ground, maybe use another repulse, hit him, maybe a rush through him, and that is a bunch of damage off of him. But if I can't get him with a push and I miss, all of that kind of just goes down. I can still try and get the repulse, but nah. See, push is like a very useful mechanic, especially if you're like in a closed off quarters map. Now, I'd say if it's like something like Naboo, Republic Attack Cruiser, you know, something like that, or Bespin, I probably use Epicenter, but I don't use it a lot. You see, Epicenter not only does bonus damage, but it also goes through blocks if they're close enough, I'm pretty sure. But I like the one extra rush, I like the increased area of effect, just to get that little bit more reach, and just ragdoll on that a little bit more. And of course, Jedi Fire, obviously a must-have. People like this, push has greater knockback, but that's just for ledging. Honestly, I've never used this, I don't think anyone ever should. Repulse increased area of effect. Honestly, repulse has such like a large thing, you're supposed to use it while you're close anyway, otherwise you won't get to them in time. Every rush makes Luke Skywalker more resistant to damage for 3 seconds. So, I'm not sure. I honestly never used this. I'm pretty sure like every rush it means like 15%, 15%, 15%. So 45% damage reduction every rush for 3 seconds. But then you have to rush 3 times. You know, if it's a Vader or a Dooku, they're gonna catch you and they will punish you for it. So those are my things with Luke. Maul, honestly, I see a lot of people with Forceful Thrust, Unrolled Grip, and Fool Me Once. This is like a ledging setup, so don't do that. If you want to get better, don't ledge. It honestly won't help. It won't make you any better. It won't give you any experience. Darth Maul receives less damage from blasters, And it also has a hidden ability. It doesn't say it in the card, but every time you spin attack, every time you're in the spin attack motion, you have damage reduction. I think it's like 60% damage reduction, so you take a lot less damage while in the spin attack. So if they try to parry you while you spin attack, and they mess it up, you hit them, and they hit you, you have 60% damage reduction. So always pick this. I used to have Fool Me Once, but then I realized the hidden trait of this. It doesn't seem that good as at first, because, you know, it says less damage from blasters, and most time you're going to be dueling people in Showdown. Flow Motion. Darth Maul can do one extra spin attack. Again, same with Luke, the one extra rush. I like it because it just gives you more opportunity to be more agile. And Luke and Maul, they're like very quick, like fast thinking things, or people. And Accelerate Throw. You know, Furious Throw deals more damage, basically. Don't equip this. You have to hit 4 enemies with a spin attack within a short time. And that is physically impossible to do in Showdown, so don't do that. Darth Maul chokeholds 2 or more enemies, unless you're fighting run honorably. It's only increased by 30, so don't do that either. Furious Throw like travels further. Honestly, I like that it does more damage. If it's further away, and like they're running away, they're like the cowardly type players, and you want to hunt them down, I'd say probably do it so it travels like 50% further. This just increased area of effect. This one throws them further. Don't use this. If it's a flat map, there is literally no point. And even if it's not a flat map and you somehow manage to ledge them, it's bad. It's just bad, honestly. Now, Fool Me Once, it's very, very useful in situations. You might want to switch it out for the extra spin attack, but that's just me. So, yeah, Fool Me Once can really help on the lightsaber throw. Now, moving on to Rey. Obviously, you need an extra dodge on her. Like, an extra dodge on anyone would be lovely. 3 dodges on Dooku, 3 dodges on Rey, 3 dodges on Han. Now, 3 dodges on Dooku gets that by default, but you need it on Rey, you need it on Han. So, 3 dodges, I don't even have to explain why. You're just so much more agile. Street Fighter as a self-trained fighter, Rey's been strikes drain less stamina. Now, of course, you're obviously going to need this, because Rey is a very offensive character. She's not Obi-Wan Kenobi, and she's not exactly Anakin. Because Anakin, he deals a lot of damage, but he tires out quickly. Rey deals a lot of damage, but it takes a little bit longer. And her stamina regen, it's probably one of the counters to her. Rey's stamina regen is not good at all. And her health regen, basically. Mind Trick has an increased area effect. I don't know. I just like catching people off guard. You could change this for Insight, will be active for a longer period of time. No, I'm going to do that right now. Because Insight, it basically doubles your stamina, so you have more stamina every time you do it. Insight has increased area effect, unless you're trying to find someone, I don't see any point in that. Mind Trick has an increased area effect. You're probably going to be close to them anyway while you're doing it, so probably best not to do that. Mind Trick could have a longer one, but if it's like, I don't know, a Maul or a Dooku, they're just going to dodge out of it. Something like a Vader on low stamina, he could still have a choke, but yeah. I'd say that's it for Rey. Yoda. Now, of course, there is his one star card. Yeah. Presence. I think it's this, or I don't know. Some of the words. Yeah. Okay, I think this is it. So, there's a one card on Yoda, which is like, it's not fair. I don't really consider it allowed, even though some people still use it. It's well, it's one of these 3. But whenever you use his health ability, Presence, it gives him back like permanent health, like permanent, and you can't take that away. So eventually, if you did Presence enough, he would get back to full health. So I don't use that card. Again, 1 extra dash attack. You want to be very agile with Yoda. You don't want to stay in one spot for too long. Now he can be very slow in his attacks. You want to utilize this dash, his dash. You need to utilize that. Okay. That's probably one of his best things. The Force Push, it's kind of slow, but it can help in certain situations. And the Presence, You want to use that when either jumping or when you're like out of the way. So more damage, obviously, more damage to people with his lightsaber, and less stamina drained. So these two basically go hand in hand with each other. You could like use this, but it's only 8% less overall damage, so I don't really use that. Grievous. Health regen on Grievous. It's fine. I honestly think it's fine. This one, Sith trained. You see, it's cowardly. You could use cowardly retreat instead, but he does extra damage. Like indoors, you might need that. You might need that extra stamina. So if you want to cowardly retreat, flesh is weak. That's just no. That's just no. It's very, very good. So that's why I don't use it. Same as cards on Vader, because it just makes Vader way, way too powerful. So basically what Flesh is weak is for every 10% health missing, he gains damage reduction. So if he's missing 90% of his health, 90 times 5%, bloody no, 450, whatever, or 45. Who cares? So because of that, he gets 45% damage reduction. And that is really, really bad. Bad for the people going up against him, and it's just really annoying, and no one likes it, and if you use Flesh is weak on Grievous, I'm sorry, I can't respect you. The same way if you use cards of Air. Now sure, if you're a low-level Grievous, and your cards are like green or grey or whatever, fine. Okay, that Flesh is weak then, it's probably fine. It's only 2%, 3% damage reduction. The maximum damage reduction you can get is 30. But when you move into like blue tier and purple tier, you shouldn't use Flesh is weak. So beating Heart, it's fine. That's what makes Grievous Grievous, because he's gonna lose a lot of health, but he needs to get it all back. Line up weaklings. Grievous does more damage, like after one enemy's been hit. So he just needs to hit them one time, and then the next time it will be 50%. No, 50 more damage. You could do Cowardly Retreat, because there's some people that will swing for them, including me, while they're on the floor. Some people have Cowardly Retreat, but other people have Sith Trained. I actually met one of my friends, he can target people from further away using Thrust Surge. It can catch them off guard, but I've never used it, so it's up to you. Kenobi. Obi-Wan has like, I don't know, I'd say the highest maximum health regeneration in the game. I think it's 300, and if you add this on, that makes it 400. And you honestly don't need this card. You honestly don't. And if you use it, well, what's wrong with you? Don't. Okay? You really, really don't. If you're bad, green, gray tier, that's fine. Okay? It's only like 50 more damage reduction. Even though you already have 300 health more, you're probably bad, and you probably need that card. Until you get better, use that. But, past level, like 60, or even 50, don't use this card. Okay, it's annoying for the other people. Because Obi-Wan, he's already like a turtle-based person. Okay, he's very defensive, he's not very offensive. Now, there are some offensive Kenobis out there, but most of them are defensive. So, just don't use Jedi Resilience. Blocking, lightsaber, and blaster attack to drain less stamina. Again, this is useful to stack on top of his already, just overpowered blocking stamina. Defensive rush, lightsaber hits deal more damage. I don't know, I just like it. Enemies are affected by restricted mind trick for a longer time. I like this because let's just say it's a Vader and he's waiting on the choke and he's just not attacking and he's telling he wants you to attack. This is very good. So he's effective for 1.4 seconds longer than the actual regular mind trick. And then what's he gonna do? He can't block. He can try and parry, but then you're Obi-Wan, so you can just parry back. And by the time the mind trick's done, you'll have all your health back, and you'll be backed off, and you'll be ready to try again. Blaster shots. probably best not to use that. So, yeah. Yeah, that's it. For everyone. Count Dooku. His health regen. I don't. Regen on anyone is bad. Okay? Regen on anyone is bad. It's just an extra layer of health. And it's annoying for the other person to deal with. And it's not just training the right way. If you're a young rank, okay, you might want to use Sith Control until you get better. Or, if you don't, you'll actually get better and better. So it's really up to you. But just please, if you can, don't use Sith Control. It's very annoying and it won't help you in the future. It really won't. Finesse. Count Dooku uses lightsaber abilities draining less stamina while blocking and attacking. You need this, okay? Dooku, he can't recover stamina right away, you know, as he's an older gentleman, but he will. He will recover stamina. So the reduced stamina drain, you kind of need that. And it will help a lot, because Dooku with Duelist, he can lose his stamina very quickly. Dooku deal even more damage with Duelist while active. I like this. Well, I don't really need to explain it. Duelist, it literally gives you the fastest attack speed in the game. And more on that with more damage. And this one, every 15 seconds, Dooku's basic attack will be a critical strike, dealing extra damage. Now, this cooldown is reduced by 1 second for every successful lightsaber attack. Now, this might be hard to understand as it runs, so let's just put it into this. You attack with Dooku, okay, when the cooldown is 15 seconds. Okay, you attack, then it's 14 seconds until you get that critical hit. Now, this critical hit can be stacked with Duelist, and it can do even more damage. You know how there's like a yellow circle around your attack whenever you activate Duelist? That means you have increased damage. For this, you'll actually get a second yellow circle, which will deal more damage. Now, this critical hit, it only happens every 15 seconds, but let's say you did 5 lightsaber attacks. Then the cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds. Then you get the critical hits in those next 10 seconds because you've attacked him 5 times. Then, after that critical hit, after you use it, it goes back to 15 seconds. So it doesn't stack. You can't just attack someone 15 times and then have critical hits for the rest of the game. That would be overpowered. So every time you use the critical attack, the cooldown's reset to 15 seconds, so remember that. Lightning stun, I know it, like the lightning stun, it's very short, but this doesn't actually increase it. It increases the angle, so the increased angle by 30 degrees. And that's just what it is. Exposed weakness, yeah, you can put dominance on it. So if you don't like finesse, you can put dominance, masterful duelist, and initiative. Now what this does, it gives you even more damage on duelist when you activate duelist. Then exposed weakness takes even more damage, and then initiative, it gives you the critical hit. So with this, if you activate duelist, then expose weakness, then you get the critical hit. You'll probably be able to 2-shot or 3-shot someone if you don't want this. So it's really up to you, dominance or finesse. Honestly up to you. Anakin. Tenacious, it's fine to have increased maximum health on Anakin, as he has, like, his stamina regen is awful. Same as Grievous, of course. So Grievous and Anakin, they both deal, like, a lot of damage, but they both drain their stamina very quickly. So it's okay for them to have increased health regeneration or increased maximum health. So yeah, that's fine. Massive Strikes. Same with Grievous, the Sith Train card. Deal more damage, but lose more stamina. You do 20 more damage of Anakin, lose 25% more stamina. Pole Dominance has greater range. You could switch this out for pressure, but I like having greater range. I really do. Because it can catch him off guard, it really can. If it's a Vader and he's backing up and he's just trying to get his stamina, you can pull him immediately. Don't use this. Just don't. I know it can catch him off guard, but most people are going to be blocking anyway. If he tries to get close to you, it doesn't increase the damage, it just makes the range larger. Passionate Strike final hit. Passionate Strike, it's 2 hits. You swipe it off, that hits him once, and then the last hit you swipe down and you kill him. Maybe. So that last hit will do 25 damage. You'll often hit him with the first, but since the Passionate Strike is so telegraphed, most of the time they will dodge it. Or it will just be a very good lunge with it. Heroic might deals more damage. You could honestly switch this out for pull dominance, but yeah, don't use this. This is only good in, like, I'd say heroes versus villains. If it was one person needed to be affected minimum, I'd honestly say use it, because pull dealing more damage or pull having greater range. I don't know, I might still stick with the greater range, but others probably won't. So, yeah, I'd say those are my cards. Yeah. So I hope this helped. I also hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.